So let's bring up something because that really got a lot of attention lately. And there was a study published in Nature, and for those of you who don't know, the medicine scientific journals, Nature's right up there. Of New England Journal, Nature, and these are ones that you get into that journal, we pay attention. And so this study looked at people who've had COVID, and then looked at scans, right, afterwards to see what their brains were like afterwards. What were the main findings from
And so what it found, it did find structural differences in the brains of people who had had mostly mild COVID, and intriguingly, it was sort of in the areas where we might have thought you would see it. So there's been a lot of talk of the smelling system and the olfactory system with COVID. Early on, people will remember that everyone was losing their sense of taste and smell, and that part of the brain is very intimately connected to the older parts of the brain called the limbic system that are responsible for emotion and memory and things like that. And so what this study found was a very small but real reduction in volume of those areas that are connected to the smelling system in the brain. It was a fairly small difference, on the order of 0.3 to maybe up to 1% difference. So
that sounds small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's real, but it is small.
So what does that mean for them? Does that mean they can't smell anymore, or that they behave differently?
It could mean that for some people, right? Some people have had persistent trouble with smell afterwards. Some people have had it and it gets better again. People certainly experience changes in the emotions they experience, how they experience emotions after a COVID infection. The problem is a lot of things cause those differences in how we experience emotions, and so being able to link it specifically to this is caused by that infection is really challenging scientifically.